Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. When y'all gonna listen to me, man? When y'all gonna listen to me? I keep telling y'all, Terrell Owens is nothing more than a coon and a snitch. He is a big mouth bass face man. I'm gonna just read the article. Terrell Owens says rumors that Donovan McNabb was drinking the night before Super Bowl XXX 1X are true. Terrell Owens' beef with Donovan McNabb might never end. In the latest episode of Bleacher Report's Untold Stories, T.O. claimed that he knows for a fact that McNabb was out partying before their appearance in Super Bowl XXX 1X. T.O. says he knows for a fact that Donovan McNabb was out drinking the night before. I've talked to teammates since then and know for a fact that he was out the night before, Owens said at the episode's 4:30-minute mark. He was out the night before pretty much the biggest game of all of our careers. Following the Eagles' 24-21 loss to the New England Patriots in 2005, rumors swirled that McNabb wasn't in the best condition heading into the game. As the legend goes, McNabb even threw up in the huddle during the fourth quarter with the game on the line. This, as well as his questionable drinking habits, led to speculation that the quarterback was reeling from a long night of partying. McNabb has denied the rumors on several occasions, but T.O. isn't convinced. There were people that saw him out the night before that said he was drinking. Owens continued, and I think that attributed to him throwing up in the huddle. It's no secret that the friction between Owens and McNabb led to the Eagles cutting ties with T.O. Since then, the pair have not been able to reconcile. I've tried to be cordial with the situation. I thought we had squashed it, he said. At the end of the day, he don't make me, man. I appreciate the opportunity to have played with him, but check my stats before I got there and check my stats after I left. He's supposed to be a great quarterback or one of the top quarterbacks in his mind. You can't go to Washington and not beat out Rex Grossman. Wow. So Terrell Owens continues to throw shots at Donovan McNabb. Listen, this is why I told y'all, I don't know why y'all love Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens is overrated. He's always been. He's a team cancer. He's always been. Every locker room he goes to, he splits it up. He splits the locker room up. He's the reason the Eagles lost. If he would have sat his butt out, which he should have that game, they could have beat the Patriots because McNabb and Westbrook, they finally had Westbrook healthy. And I kept telling dumb Eagle fans, but Eagle fans are dumb. You try to explain to them football. They don't understand football or personnel because they never played the game before. They just sit on their couch eating chips and everything and eating hot dogs and think they know the damn game. Look, Terrell Owens, is he a Hall of Famer? Yes. Was he great when he played? Yes, he was great. But to be a top 10 receiver, a top 5? Hell no. Terrell Owens used to miss the biggest catches when they needed him in games on a daily basis. This is a guy who thinks he's better than Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. Dog, you're not in that conversation. I may not have been a huge Jerry Rice fan, but Jerry Rice was way better than you. With stickums or without stickums, he was way better than you. Ran way better routes than you. And he never threw his teammates under the bus, Terrell. This is why you never were in. That's why you never, ever stayed a long time for a franchise. That's why. Your problem is you have this complex thinking, look at my stats, look at my stats. You sound like LeBrownies. You and LeBrownies are built just alike. Y'all point fingers at everybody else, but you guys can't take the blame. You can never take the blame, and this is the only reason why I never liked you. You never once took blame for any situation. You threw Jeff Garcia under the bus. Now, was Jeff Garcia a bum? Yeah, he wasn't all that. But at the end of the day, that Niners team could have did something. And you basically said, well, a teammate told me. It's always another teammate who told you something, huh? You basically said a teammate told you something in San Fran about Jeff Garcia being a little fruity booty. Now, is it true or not? Hey, I don't know. But hey, it is what it is. Even if it's true, you don't throw your quarterback under the bus. Football is the ultimate chemistry sport, the ultimate sport of brothers. If you and your brother don't trust one another, that splits the team apart, Terrell. That's why you never were a captain. That's why nobody looked to you towards leadership. Because you know why? This is your antics on the sideline. Oh, I love me some me. Right? You love you some you, right? You continuously throw shots at a black quarterback, and this is why we never get ahead as a society in sports, why we don't get ahead in getting bigger positions like head coaching jobs or hell, even executive jobs, because we got a bunch of token Negroes, aka Crabby Negroes, I call you. I ain't gonna really call you the token Negro because they really didn't want you. I'm gonna call you the Crabby Negro. That mentality is the bottom of the barrel mentality. When you throw crabs in the barrel and you're cooking them and one's pulling the other crab down, that's you, T.O. You're a Crabby Negro. You've always been. And all these other people who say you're top 5, they need to get their head examined. Because you're not top 5. You weren't better than Tim Brown. You weren't better than Art Monk. Hell, you weren't even better than Megatron. You weren't even better than Andre Reed for the Bills, dude. You weren't even better than Marvin Harrison. Then you're going to talk trash about Marvin Harrison. Do you know Marvin Harrison will shoot you, boy? He will have your brains all over the place. He ain't the one to mess with. He's a real thug. Seriously. Allegedly shot somebody. But I'm saying, you open your mouth. You are bitter. Because you know why you're bitter, T.O.? You're bitter because you didn't get the same accolades that Rice or Moss was getting. Moss and Rice were always put over you. Larry Fitzgerald's better than you. Do you know why Larry Fitzgerald has been successful his whole career? Why he stayed with one franchise? Because Larry Fitzgerald is a leader. He doesn't throw teammates under the bus. He doesn't. He doesn't throw teammates under the bus. He don't go out his way to question every call the offensive coordinator's trying to call. Do you know why the offensive coordinator used to design plays away from you to throw the ball to other receivers? Because they were double teaming you, T.O., and a lot of times they were bracket coveraging, which means if the guy's trying to throw it to you, the linebacker, safety, or corner, or if it's another linebacker, they're all bracketing you, watching where you're going so they could jump the route because Garcia's force feeding you the ball, idiot. Talking about, hey, check my stats before I got there. Yeah, your stats was great, but check Donovan McNabb's stats before you got there. He still was a top 3 or top 4 quarterback at that time. Maybe the best. If you want to go there with numbers, you can check after you left. They still got to the playoffs and they still were balling. They just lost because Brian Westbrook couldn't stay healthy. Westbrook would have stayed healthy. They would have been fine. And if they would have added a couple more pieces at receiver, they would have been better. But no, you just like the Philadelphia, I call y'all the Philadelphia pink folk, because y'all are pink folk, because y'all used to hate on McNabb. Y'all hated everything about him. You guys would not have been relevant, Philadelphia, if Donovan McNabb wasn't there. You guys would not have been relevant. You would have been the same trash Eagles. You guys always had a problem with him. For whatever reason, I don't know. Now, Do I condone drinking before the game or anything? That's his business. Me, I don't condone it. I don't think you should smoke marijuana or drink during or before the game, because it messes you up. It messes you up on your reads. It messes you up on your timing. Football is about timing. And if you don't have that timing, it's going to mess you up. But Terrell, this is why people did not like you. You have a big mouth, and it's always somebody else telling you something. It's always somebody else telling you this information. What your butt should have done was go to camp and just play. You would have gotten your contract. They didn't give you a contract right then and there because they needed to wait it out to see how much money they were going to have left. This is called negotiations, T.O. The reason they gave Westbrook a contract and the reason McNabb spoke up for Westbrook is because that's his friend. They were actual friends, idiot. You and Donovan weren't friends like that because you talked bad about him. Then you threw him under the bus. After the Super Bowl, you really think the Eagles going to allow you back? You think a teammate in the locker room is going to allow you back after you threw their guy under the bus? I don't care if they didn't like McNabb. That's the number one code. I didn't like a lot of guys on my team in college, but guess what? I didn't go snitch. I didn't go say anything about him. I didn't go say, yo, man, this guy doing bad. This guy. No, I did an article for my boy's paper he was putting out producing, and I basically spoke highly of everybody, even though we had a lot of friction, even though I felt the team as a whole, we sucked, including me. All of us sucked. So you don't put things out there, Terrell Owens, because that will tear your team apart. And this is why you were overrated to me. You were a guy like LeBrownies, wanting to go out there and basically just worry about getting your pretty stats. No matter if y'all won, matter if y'all lost, that's your problem. You worried about, look at my stats. Look at my stats. Listen, F your stats. F the stats Jerry Rice put up. Do you know why I put Jerry Rice at number 3? It's because, and you know why I don't have a problem if you make Jerry Rice 1, 2, or 3? It's because Jerry Rice was a leader. He was the ultimate leader. Not only that, he led by example. He was there in and out. Even if a teammate did something, he never threw him under the bus. That's been your problem, Terrell. Me. I got my popcorn ready. You got your popcorn ready. Well, how about this? How about you keep your popcorn? Because of you cost a lot of teams a championship because of your antics. Now, I will agree with you about Dallas. Tony Romo was a bum. I agree with you. Jason Witten was overrated. But you don't go out and say that. You don't say that, Terrell. I swear, dog, this dude need a hooked on phonics about locker rooms. Look, we know you were mad at Donovan McNabb because you felt like you were Philadelphia. The fans loved you. Yeah, of course the fans love you because you a bum like them. You a pink folk like them. You throw all your brothers under the teammates. So that's what I'm saying. You are a crabby Negro, and that's your mindset. And that's why you didn't make it. You need to talk about your assistant saying that you were about to commit suicide because you were taking all these pills. You need to worry about that mental weakness of yours. Why are you finna commit suicide, Terrell? Huh? Why are you finna commit suicide? And then you fired her the next day. Why did you fire her? Well, I know you guys were smashing. I know y'all were. Because she sounded like a concerned spouse or a concerned girlfriend. How about you talk about that? How about we talk about you being a bad father during those times when you brought your baby mothers on that show? How about we talk about that? It's always somebody else. And even during that time, you weren't even taking no blame. That's your problem. See, you're not a man. You're just a boy that's built like a man. And that's the problem with women today. They like to marry these boys because of their tool, but they're not marrying the boy. They're not marrying the man, but they're marrying the boy because he got a tool. So let me tell you this, Terrell Owens, you're just a boy in a man's body, and you've always been. Crabby Negro. Like, comment, subscribe, share this, hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming content. If you want to donate to the Cash App, you can donate to the word welcome, the number 2, HDIITV. Thank you all for listening, and we are out.